Now listen carefully, because this story might just explain why your legs feel heavier every year. Years ago, my friend Mark and I were known as the Spice Kings. We could out-eat anyone when it came to heat. Every meal was a firestorm. Chili peppers, black pepper, garlic, curry, you name it, we sprinkled it. But just a few years back, something changed. I ran into Mark, not at our favorite diner, but in the orthopedic ward. Fast forward to this morning, I'm walking through the park near my home, and who do I see? Mark, but not the same Mark. No limp, no grimace. Just long, confident strides and a smile that lit up his face like he was 20 years younger. I was shocked. I had to know what changed. A new pill? Physical therapy? A surgery? But no. He sat me down on a bench under the oaks, chuckled, and said, "It's what we've been putting on our food all these years. The very spices we loved. We're slowly killing our legs." That hit me like a ton of bricks. Could it really be the seasoning? The things we add without even thinking? Well, what he told me next might surprise you. It just might save your legs too. Let's dive in. So I leaned in, curious. "Mark, what spices are you talking about?" He looked me dead in the eye and said, "The ones we've loved the most. Salt, black pepper, chili powder, garlic powder, even curry. They're not harmless anymore." After that talk with Mark, I went straight to my doctor, a man I've trusted for years, and guess what? He agreed completely. He told me, at your age, the spice rack can be just as dangerous as the medicine cabinet. Then he broke it down. Table salt. It's the #1 culprit behind swollen ankles and stiff knees. Black pepper triggers inflammation in the gut and joints. Chili powder dehydrates your muscles, causes painful nighttime cramps. Garlic powder wrecks digestion and blocks mineral absorption. And curry, spicy blend loaded with irritants that can inflame every joint in your legs. He said, "You don't need to quit flavor, but you do need to quit these." Turns out, what we thought was harmless seasoning was slowly stealing our strength. And the worst part, most people have no idea. But you will. Because I'm about to reveal the 5 worst spices for your legs, and what to use instead. Now listen closely, because what I am about to tell you might make you look at your spice rack with brand new eyes. For years, I believed the same thing most people over 60 do, that weak legs, swollen ankles, stiff knees, and painful cramps were just part of aging. But after my conversation with Mark and a long talk with my doctor, I discovered something shocking. It wasn't just age, it was what we were putting on our food. Let's start with table salt. Seems harmless, right? Sprinkle here, a dash there. But after 60, your body doesn't flush out sodium like it used to. That little white shaker becomes a trap. Salt causes water retention, that swelling you feel in your ankles, that stiffness in your knees when you stand up, that heavy, dragging sensation in your legs. That's excess sodium talking. It raises your blood pressure, slows your circulation, overworks your kidneys, quietly wears down the muscles and joints that keep you moving. Worst part? Most of it isn't from your salt shaker. It's hidden in canned soups, frozen meals, sauces, and spice blends. Over 70% of the sodium we eat is sneaky, and your legs, they're paying the price. Next, we have black pepper. One of the most overlooked culprits. Use it automatically. On eggs, salads, meats, you name it. But black pepper contains piperine, a compound that inflames sensitive stomachs and aggravates joints. After 60, our digestive lining thins out. Our nerves become more reactive. That little sprinkle of pepper can trigger burning legs, restless calves, and even interfere with medications like blood pressure pills and pain relievers. What once added flavor can now stir up joint pain and digestive chaos. And then there's the fire starter, chili powder and hot peppers. I used to love them. Mark too. We'd compete over who could handle the heat. But no one ever told us that capsaicin, the compound that gives chili its burn, also dehydrates muscles. It raises your body temp, makes you sweat, and robs your legs of the hydration they need. Result: cramps at night, soreness after walking, muscles that feel tight for no reason. And most chili powders, they're full of salt, garlic powder, and preservatives. A perfect storm for inflamed legs and upset digestion. Speaking of garlic, let's talk about garlic powder. Now don't get me wrong, fresh garlic is wonderful. But garlic powder is a different beast. It's processed, dehydrated, and stripped of many of its natural healing compounds. What's left? An irritant. It bloats your gut, causes acid reflux, and blocks the absorption of key minerals like magnesium and potassium, the very nutrients your leg muscles rely on to function. You might feel full, but your legs feel weak, wobbly, and drained. And what's worse? Garlic powder often hides in spice blends and pre-made seasonings you never even question. Last, and maybe most surprising, is curry powder. Sounds comforting, right? Warm, familiar? But curry powder isn't a single spice. It's a blend of black pepper, chili, garlic, mustard seeds, and more. And for aging bodies, that's a disaster waiting to happen. It overwhelms digestion, inflames your joints, disrupts your nervous system. Even the turmeric, the healthiest part of curry, gets lost in the chaos. Some blends even contain artificial dyes and preservatives that only worsen the damage. So there you have it, 5 spices that seem innocent, but after 60, they're silently sabotaging your strength. They're not just seasoning your meals, they're seasoning your suffering. But here's the good news. You can take back control. Because just as there are spices that hurt, there are spices that heal. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you next could be the start of a whole new chapter for your legs. Now, if you're still with me, good, because this is the part that gives people hope. After warning you about the 5 worst spices for your legs, it's time for some good news, hidden right there in your spice rack. Often overlooked, rarely appreciated, are 5 powerful natural healers. These spices don't just add flavor, they rebuild strength, they soothe pain, they help your legs move like they used to. Let's dive into the first one. Turmeric. This golden spice has been used for thousands of years, but most people don't realize how effective it is for aging joints. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, a natural anti-inflammatory that targets the same pain pathways as some medications, but without the nasty side effects. It helps loosen stiff knees, reduce swelling around the ankles, and give your legs that light, stable feeling again. One of my patients, Evelyn, added half a teaspoon to her eggs and milk every morning. 3 weeks later, she said, "Doc, I'm walking up the stairs again, without holding the railing." To get the most from turmeric, pair it with a tiny pinch of black pepper to unlock its power. Add it to soups, roasted veggies, or make golden milk before bed. This spice doesn't just heal, it restores. Next up, cinnamon. Sweet, warm, and deeply underrated. Cinnamon helps regulate your blood sugar. And let me tell you, unstable blood sugar is one of the sneakiest reasons seniors feel exhausted. When your sugar levels crash, your legs crash with them. But cinnamon helps fuel your muscles consistently throughout the day. It's also packed with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds that support healthy circulation. That means less swelling, fewer cramps, and more energy in your legs. My patient George, age 74, started sprinkling cinnamon on his oatmeal and tea each morning. 2 weeks later, he walked an entire park loop without needing to rest. But here's the secret. Use Ceylon cinnamon, not the cheaper cassia kind. Ceylon is gentler and safer for daily use. Add it to yogurt, smoothies, nut butter, or even roasted carrots. This spice isn't just delicious, it's fuel your legs crave. Now, let's talk about ginger, the little root that packs a punch. Ginger is nature's muscle relaxant. It's rich in gingerols, which help reduce swelling, calm irritated joints, and improve blood flow to the legs. You ever wake up and your knees feel stiff like they're rusted shut? That's inflammation. Ginger fights it. It also supports your gut, which is where your body absorbs the minerals that keep your legs strong, like magnesium and potassium. My patient Martha used to dread stairs. But once she started adding ginger to her morning tea, she noticed something incredible. Her legs didn't ache, and her thighs didn't feel like bricks anymore. You can grate fresh ginger into hot water, toss it in a stir-fry, or use ground ginger in soups and desserts. It's simple, it's safe, and it works. Now, this next one might surprise you. Rosemary. It's not just a holiday herb. This stuff is a circulation superstar. Rosemary acts as a vasodilator. It widens your blood vessels and gets oxygen flowing back into your legs. If your feet often feel cold or your legs go numb while sitting, rosemary can help reverse that. It also reduces joint stiffness and may even improve balance and brain function. George, yes, same guy, started roasting potatoes with rosemary every weekend. His legs felt lighter, and he told me he hadn't stumbled or wobbled once in a month. Sprinkle it on chicken, mix it with olive oil, or brew it into tea. It's one of the most underrated leg-strengthening tools out there. Finally, cumin. This humble spice is your gut's best friend. And believe it or not, healthy digestion is the secret to strong legs. Because if your body isn't properly absorbing minerals like iron, potassium, and magnesium, your muscles don't stand a chance. Cumin stimulates digestive enzymes, boosts mineral absorption, and gives your legs the fuel they need to keep going strong. It's also packed with iron, which delivers oxygen to your muscles, so you don't feel winded walking from room to room. My patient Fatima began adding cumin to her lentil soups and roasted veggies. A month later, she told me, "Doc, I haven't had a single leg cramp since." Add cumin to rice, beans, stews, or even mix it with olive oil and lemon juice as a dressing. So there you have it, 5 spices that don't just add flavor, they give life back to your legs. Turmeric for joint support, cinnamon for steady energy, ginger for pain relief, rosemary for circulation, and cumin for nutrient absorption. You don't need fancy pills. You don't need expensive treatments. You just need to start using what nature already gave us. Start small, stay consistent, and give your legs the healing they've been begging for. One sprinkle at a time. Now listen, if your legs have been feeling weaker, heavier, or more painful lately, don't you dare brush it off as just old age. Because the truth is, it might not be your age at all. It might be what you're putting on your plate. Yes. The very spices you've trusted for years. That little sprinkle of salt, that pinch of pepper, that kick of chili, they could be the silent destroyers of your strength, mobility, and independence. But here's the good news. You can fight back. Right now, starting today. By cutting out the 5 worst offenders and adding in the 5 healing spices I just shared, you could reclaim the power in your legs, feel lighter, move easier, sleep better, and finally wake up without pain shooting through your knees. You deserve to stand strong. You deserve to walk with confidence. And you don't need another pill to get there. You just need to start with your spice rack. Now, if you've got questions, drop them in the comments below. My team and I are here to help. And if this video opened your eyes even just a little, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and share this with someone you care about. Because after 60, movement is freedom, and your legs, they're worth protecting, one meal at a time.